Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So last episode, we decided to take a short break from the end to come over here to the redstone pit and work on a couple things, including getting this very basic leaf and tree farm in, and putting a building around the now fixed snow farm. And today, well, getting this tree farm in has gotten me wanting to work on a few more things around here, namely some more little trees. So up there we have a little tree that I actually built quite a while ago. It actually used to be over there, but just wasn't fitting. It was kind of in the way there, so we moved it and its island over to there. But that is our little emerald tree, and I'm thinking we might as well do some decoration around here with maybe not more of those. I think probably could do more emerald trees. We probably have enough emeralds somewhere. I'm thinking we can do more gemstone trees like that. And we've got a bit of an idea of what we could do for the leaves. Now we do have a bunch more decoration stuff to go. We probably should be getting in a lot more of the islands and redoing the entire water transport system. But that is going to take a lot of planning and a lot of figuring out where stuff needs to go and how we're going to route it between all the different things. And to be perfectly honest, I have no interest in working and figuring that out right now. So trees it is. So I've been doing a bit of scrounging about and went over to our villagers and got a bunch of glass. All of the colored glass here is stuff that I have scrounged from our chests here and unsorted stuff in the storage system. And it looks like we got quite a bit of a few colors. And I think this should be enough to start with at least a few trees. Now I did go and get a few blocks of amethyst because we do have a geode in this area. I believe we actually have two, but one of them is quite a bit closer than the others. And if we pretty much just hop down here to the bottom of our storage, you can see down there in the distance, we've just got a geode here. Not a whole lot of the cluster growers, but there's just enough. We still have to go and dig this whole thing out so we can actually get more spawning spots for those. But right now, this will do. We don't need a ton of stuff. And plus, this is a good way of getting a little bit more calcite since we kinda used all of it up before. Fixing the tower at the main base. But future amethyst and geodes aside, this is, I think, I want to do a few different types of these gem trees. Obviously, one is going to be amethyst, and I'm thinking we are going to use the purple and the magenta glass for those leaves. But before we do that, let's start by getting in that emerald tree there and getting rid of all these mobs. Because for that, I'm thinking we're going to use some green glass and some lime glass. Ow. Hi, phantoms. Anyway, as I was saying, I think we're going to use some green and lime glass for the leaves of our emerald tree here. And we're going to start with this one mostly, so we can kind of test out this idea. Not quite sure if it's going to work, because I've not ever really used glass for leaves before. But I'm thinking we can kind of mix these around and kind of make a nice leaf thing. We will mix in a bit of panes as well. And I'm almost certain we're going to need more stained glass. But start with branch or so and see what we can do with this. All right, and there we go. We now have at least one section of our tree here done. I've never really played around with glass leaves before, but I think this looks okay. Get back over to our scaffolding tower over here so we can get a further look. But I think at least that section there looks okay. I'm not too sure though. I think part of that could just be the clear glass stuff that we've got going on here. But I am liking how that's turning out. Fortunately, I can't do too much below the tree, or at least below the level of the blocks right now, just because we don't have any scaffolding. But we've got a bamboo farm started over there for right now that should be growing some, but I kind of like how that's turning out, at least for the 2 branches we've got done right now. And of course, I can't land on top of them. But what I'm thinking is, I want to do. Oh, that's perfect. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to do something different with each tree that we do. And I'm thinking for these, we'll just put a few glowberries around here. I'm thinking what these could be is these could be little light sources off of each tree. So our emerald trees will have glowberries hanging off of the leaves and branches. And I've gone in and done up a few little tests for some of the other ones. Now, again, we kind of ran out of some colors of glass. We do have to go get some of those. But as you can see here, we've got blue and pale blue for the diamonds with soul lanterns for the light sources. I think that'll look really, really nice together. Diamonds and the blue fire in there. Our amethyst ones have amethyst clusters sprouting from them, which is in purple and magenta. Again, as you can see, we kind of ran out of purple, so we have to go get more of that. And then our gold right now is yellow and orange with glowstone. I do kind of want to play around with this, see if we can't find something else. Maybe we'll use regular lanterns, but if we do that, then we have to figure out what light source we're doing for iron. But so far, I'm kind of liking how this is looking. I've got a few other plans. I don't know quite what we're going to do for the lapis ones or the redstone ones. There's not really a red light source other than redstone torches, so we may have to see about what we can do for that. I guess maybe candles for one of them? Candles will work. I have to go check, make sure the bee farm is still actually producing wax. Probably actually fully backed up. But we do need to get a few more materials. We definitely don't have enough diamonds, so we have to go enderating to get a few more of those, because it's our best way of getting diamonds, because I don't want to fortune any of our ores that we have. Speaking of which, I'm thinking for the islands, we might mix in a bit of the ore into them. So our emerald tree over there will have emerald ore mixed in with the island. And I think that'll look really nice. Be a nice little detail thing that we can do. And I think it'll add just a little bit more to the islands. We might mix in just some ores in general into these islands as well. Depends on how everything looks once we put in the andesite and the mossy cobble and everything else into them. But I am quite liking how that is looking. But we are out of lime glass, which means we need to go get more dye, and probably the best way to do that would be to find some bone meal and smelt up a bit of cactus. So, now we do probably need to get a smelter in here at some point. I just haven't figured out where I want to put that in, but I'm thinking... Oh, we don't actually have a regular furnace up here. Great! So we definitely need to get a smelting setup somewhere around here. We have any actual... Those are droppers. And of course, we don't have any actual furnaces. Why would we have any actual furnaces? Anyway, so I'm gonna go get this cactus smelted up so we can actually get some more dye. Just furnace somewhere randomly over here. Doesn't really matter right now. We still need to get that figured out. It's gonna be a blackstone island. Maybe we can have a lava flow coming down off of that into... Ooh, that's an idea. Let's set this down here. Maybe we'll put the furnace island a couple blocks up. Is an idea I'm getting here. Ooh, that would look nice. Just lava into the furnace island. But we can figure out where the furnace is going later. Now though, we're just gonna go get the green dye and try and finish up that tree. Well, that smelts. I've got plenty of amethyst blocks. Purple isn't that hard to get with all of our poppies that we have in here. And some cornflowers to make some blue dye. And then I will be right back. No, I don't know at what point this area shifted from very much more industrial to more fantasy, but I am really enjoying how this is turning out. As you can see, we have the amethyst tree in with all of the clusters. We need to add a couple more in a few spaces, but I am very happy with how that turned out. And see, we mixed in some amethyst into the island below it. And I love how that turned out. It's almost as if the amethyst blocks in there are kind of like roots, which now that I'm looking at our emerald tree and that, I completely forgot to put the roots on this thing. Oh, we can do that later. We have plenty of amethyst, but I'm quite happy with how that turned out. We didn't end up using any of the glass panes, and we might add a few of them in later. But for right now, I'm kind of happy with how that turned out. We still need to do more work on the emerald one, but for that we need the scaffolding. And yeah, we probably actually get enough to get up there. But I do kind of want to spread the bamboo out over this first. So the scaffolding is going to have to wait. But I am really happy with how this area is turning out with the few additions that we've made recently. Still need to do all the other trees and figure out where they're going. I know where I want the diamond tree to go. I want that to go on our central pillar, or spire actually, I think is more properly what it's going to be. But for that, we need to get that built, which means we need to get the entire sorting system in. So we've got a lot of work before we can do the diamond tree, which is good because we need to gather a bunch of diamonds before we can even build it anyway. So it's going to be good. And our copper tree, I'm really excited to play with the idea I have for that. Is going to require me finding a lot more copper in our storage system. But other than that, I think this area is coming along nicely. Still have a lot of digging to do. I want to dig this down another chunk because of the new expanded area. So that's just going to take time. But for right now, I think that is good. I like to see that at night where it's just going to glow from all the little bits of light put out by the clusters. That was actually the main reason I wanted to use the clusters on that rather than any of these smaller ones, is because the clusters emit a very, very faint bit of light. It's only like 1 or 2 levels, but I am excited to see how that looks when it turns night. But other than that, I think we're about good for these for right now. Again, we do have several that we need to put in. We need to get more diamonds for that and build up where it's going to be. We need to figure out the gold one, though. Let's see. I think maybe we'll put gold over there. Probably also have multiple of these eventually once we actually get the full space, because right now we really actually haven't built up above the original floor. I think the sheep farm is the only thing that's actually floating from the original area. Everything else is right on where the bottom layer was. So we'll probably have multiple of each type of tree once we actually get them. Although I'm thinking only one diamond tree just because of how many diamonds that's going to take. Maybe no netherite trees. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but right now it's just not practical for us to do. But other than that, I think we are going to be good for right now. So I am going to go work on a few things. Maybe we'll get another tree in. Hopefully we can get that done. It looks like our glowberry vines are growing on our tree, which is going to be really nice. Can't wait for them to start glowing. And you can barely see the glow back there. That is really, really nice. You can see it there. Just a faint little tiny bits of glow in there. Works so well. And we're going to get away from there because there's an enderman there. Ugh! But I think this area is coming along nicely, and we still have a lot of work to do here, but this has been a really nice little break from working out in the end, and it's given me some ideas of what we can do out there. So, I think I'm going to go play around a little bit more with some ideas over here, and be right back. Alright, and there we go. I think that should be everything on that tree, covered in glass. And as you can see, our glowberries have actually grown some berries. And I absolutely love how that turned out. I think this looks really, really nice. And as you can kind of see there, we have glowberries hanging from the glass panes. And I was honestly not expecting that to work. But apparently that works. And I'm quite happy with how this one turned out. We still need to play around a bit with some of the stuff underneath. Maybe add in a few more glass panes under there. But again, we just need the scaffolding for that, which our bamboo is actually growing really, really well. So we actually just scaffold this entire area at this point. But I like how that turned out, making the green emeralds. And yeah, definitely think we're going to put a few more of these in here at some point. But for now, that is going to be it for today. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more of what is going on in this area and in the rest of this world. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.